Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be reading you something that is vitally important for the rights of human dignity worldwide. Doesn't matter what nation you live in. So let's begin. I want to read something written or said by Eleanor Roosevelt from 1958, a speech that she delivered on the 10th anniversary of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Where, after all, do human rights begin? In small places, close to home, so close and so small that they cannot be seen on any maps of the world. Yet they are the world of the individual person, the neighborhood he lives in, she lives in, the school or the college she attends, the factory, farm, or office where she works. Unless these rights have meaning there, they have little meaning anywhere. Without concerted citizen action to uphold them close to home, we shall look in vain for progress in the larger world. That can only mean so much for people, if you know what I mean. Yes. The founding statement of human rights law is the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Its famous preamble states that everyone everywhere has basic rights and freedoms, which we need to live together with dignity. Based on our common humanity. And humans are having a problem knowing what that even means these days. These humans' rights are secured in law. The law applies to everyone equally and provides an important means of protection for the most vulnerable in our communities. Including those who use advocacy services by setting out the duties owed by those responsible for upholding human rights. And the outcomes people are entitled to expect as a matter of right. As a matter of right. Human rights include civil and political rights such as the right to freedom of expression, the right to freedom of religion or conscience, the right to property, the right to freedom of assembly, the right to privacy, the right to life, the right to be free from inhuman, degrading treatment or punishment, the right to vote, the right to an adequate standard of living, the right to adequate food, housing, water, and sanitation, the rights you have at work, the right to health, the right to education. Respect. The duty to respect means that states must not act to interfere with the enjoyment of human rights. Protect. The duty to protect requires states to ensure that others do not infringe or block access to human rights. Fulfill. The duty to fulfill means that states must take positive action to facilitate the better enjoyment of human rights. At the individual level, while we are each entitled to human rights, we should also respect the rights of others. Human rights apply regardless of nationality, place of residence, sex, national or ethnic origin, color, religion, language, or any other status. And they cannot be taken away except in specific predetermined situations according to law. Also, human rights relate to and depend on each other. For example, it would be hard to exercise your right to freedom of expression without the right to health being fulfilled. And where the right to information is denied, this undermines the right to participate in decisions. The panel principles of human rights. These are participation, accountability, non-discrimination and equality, empowerment and legality. I can get into full detail, but it will be a very long video on each segment. Please look this up, people. I can recall 10, 15 years ago where every time I would get up and do a talk in Canada, in Toronto, or wherever I've traveled, for Indigenous Canadians, for Iraqis or the Yazidi Kurds or the whoever was in a very disempowered minority, as well as for women's rights, that I would, be the voice for specific communities. And a lot of these are recognized worldwide, these communities and organizations. Each time I would do a talk for these groups and minorities, I would literally, before I begin, I would literally have the declaration in my hands, the human rights declaration, in case there would be someone in the group fighting against me, arguing with me that I don't have the right to say what I do, and it would be in my hand. So if you're someone who wants to say something and you're a little bit insecure in a sense of your own protection, or if you have the right to express yourself, please do the research. If you're going to be part of any community, or if you start your own, know you're going to be safe, and just the rest is up to you.